Hi and welcome. I am up late with my 2-year-old because my other children decided to wake her up in the middle of the night. And so I figured, what's a better time to start writing some content while I'm waiting for her to get sleepy again? So here we are. I typically on the weekends write my content for the week. And so I think by the end of this video, I'm going to give you kind of the frameworks that I use in my own business to batch create content. And we're going to actually sit here and write out all of the content on the camera as well. The way I typically do it is in one session, I just kind of do a brain dump and get all my ideas out and written. And then I come back in at a second session and I do the editing. So I actually edit everything and make sure it's good. Basically, the goal of that one is to cut my copy in half. So I get rid of all the fluff that doesn't really actually need to be there. Um, so let's get started. I use this, it's just a Google Doc. It keeps everything super, super organized for me. So throughout the week, I just kind of put my ideas in here of things that kind of come up that I might want to post about. And I just kind of put those up here. And then this is my post. I'm currently filming this on a Saturday night, so I haven't made my Sunday post yet. And then I kind of have the next week's stuff out here as well. And the posts that I'm doing are actually for my school community. So if you want to join my school community, we have monthly competitions with fun prizes. You make friends and you grow your business all at the same time. It's a lot of fun. Link is in the description. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is for a school community, but honestly, like you could use this for Facebook, you could use it for your own group, you can use it for a variety of different things. So I think the information that we'll be going over today will help you no matter what types of posts you're trying to make. But this is specifically like for actual posts that you're trying to make. So just some of the ideas. So obviously, like I'm a business coach. I help moms make 5K per month within 100 days, all working at 2 hours a day, and it's all doing service online-based businesses that they actually do. So some different things that I'm kind of doing. One is actually on Mondays, I'm starting a new segment where I'm going to be doing like a mompreneur news. So I want to make a post about that. So the way I'm kind of thinking of it is I typically like to kind of think of the headline, but sometimes it might take some time to kind of figure out what the headline would be. So I'm thinking I want to essentially let them know that this new thing is happening, that I have not announced that we're really doing a mompreneur news yet. And so I figure I'm actually just going to announce it with the first video for the mompreneur news. So it should be a lot of fun. So I want to sit there and say something like, excited for our weekly coffee chat on Mondays. Well, get ready for 10 a.m. Eastern Time because um, uh, we'll get ready. Okay, because not only are we still doing our 10 a.m. coffee chats, but we're also releasing a weekly video update called Mompreneur, the Mompreneur News. And then I always like to have like an emojipedia up because I like to put emojis. They're just fun. So let's do like heart eyes. Cool. Because we're excited. All right. Inside these videos, you'll get weekly updates of our mompreneur games statuses, weekly updates of our community, uh, tips and tricks to help you grow your business, member spotlight to showcase the wins and successes of our members. We're all in here doing cool stuff, and I am so excited to add the news as a fun way to keep everyone up to date on what we're doing here at the Mompreneur Club, but also what you are all doing in your own businesses as well. So, for our first week's, uh, for our new first week, here you go. And then something like a finger pointing down type of thing. There we go. Just to kind of let them know that they want to check out the video, right? And then I'm going to say, let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the video is and what you would like to see as an improvement. And this is just good for feedback. I always love to get feedback, right? I can always have an idea on what my community might actually want, but none of that actually matters, right? It matters what they actually want. So I always ask questions and get it straight from the horse's mouth. So okay, so we did that. I also want to do more engagement posts. So I liked this one. If your business had a theme song, what would it be? So I'm going to do that for Tuesday. And that's just going to be straight up the headline or the title for the post. And then I'm going to do something like if your business had a theme song, what would it be? If you had to pick a theme song for your business, um, what song would encapsulate the total vibe? Put the link to the song in the comments and see if people can guess. Well, I don't like that. Okay, so just put the song in the comments. And let us, well, put a song in the comments. Maybe we'll just do that for now. I can always take a look at this later. But I like that. Notice how all of my posts have some sort of a call to action, whether it's business related or whether it's just engagement related. But every single post has a call to action of some kind where I want them to engage in it to some degree. I also really want to get people engaging in a lot of different ways. So I'm getting the business theme song out of it. But I also want to start doing like follow trains more often so people can showcase their own business. Follow train, promote your biz here. And this one's going to be something like, this is your opportunity to promote your business. Put one comment below pitching your business and dropping links. If you see something that's interesting to you, click the links to give them a follow or feel free to reach out. Let's get everyone more biz. And then maybe we'll do like a celebration or something. Party popper, like it. Okay, cool. So that one's kind of cool. And then for Thursday, okay. So if I come up here, I'm getting rid of the follow train. All right. I also want to make a post about kind of like the correlation between like I think a lot of moms they tend to feel like their business is almost like a baby, right? Like they kind of fear letting go. And what I really want to do is like we have to let go and be willing to embrace direction, discipline, and development. So that the business can have the impact that we want it to have, kind of similarly to like we have to do these things with our kids. Um, so um, I'm not so sure on the headline. I want to kind of think about how I would phrase that, but ever feel like um, what if I told you that, hmm, how do I want to word this? Sometimes we have to let our, sometimes we hold tight to our businesses because we've been working so hard in it that we begin to lose sight of what's important. Ever hear criticism or I want to kind of basically say constructive criticism, right? Ever hear constructive criticism and immediately feel like you have to defend your business? Here's the thing I'm going to say. The problem is that most of, well, nobody wants to hear that they're the problem either. So I want to kind of word this right. People don't want you to talk about themselves or yourself. They want to talk about them. So we could say something like, many mompreneurs tend to equate the work that they put into building up their business as the same work that they put into building up their children. This can give the illusion that your business is almost like your baby, which, let's be honest, can make it hard to accept constructive advice or be open to change. Here's the plot twist I bet nobody expected. Growing a business is a lot like growing a baby. You need a lot of, and what were the phrasing I did? Direction, discipline, and development. Or I'm going to say your business needs a lot of direction, discipline, and development in order to have a positive impact in the world. We all do. We all grow our business because we're doing something we're super passionate about and our hearts are in the right place. The problem is that we can get clouded by motherly adoration for our business instead of giving it the discipline. I don't want to, instead of giving it the development that it needs to actually serve a good purpose. In other words, you could have a great business, but if you're not getting any clients, then you're not actually serving anybody. So And then we could say something like, um, in the same way that being the parent of a child that's misbehaving at a party hits us, we need to, or I would say, let's actually rephrase that. I want to say something like, think of it this way. You're at a birthday party and your child is running all over the place, causing a mess, and being noisy. People tell you about the problem, but instead of correcting it and helping your child become useful, you get defensive. I see this same behavior, or I should say something like, as moms, it's easy to want to defend the things that we work so hard to grow and nurture. But sometimes we have to be willing to say, this isn't what you need, or we need to be willing to say, um, I can do better. And the same is true in our businesses. Instead of thinking about all the work you put into your business, find all the ways that it's causing a mess, being noisy, and running around. Then work towards disciplining, then work towards discipline, um, facilitating direction, and developing the business into something great. That is how legacies are born, both in our children and our businesses. Um, and then I want to kind of ask them to share something about their business as well. And so we can sit there and kind of say, have you ever felt defensive over your business? I don't really want to put them on the spot like that. That can make them uncomfortable. So let's think of that is how legacies are born, both in our children and our businesses. So we could say something like, um, um, which one do you feel like you need help with the most? And then put in parentheses, developing discipline, facilitating a direction for the business. So developing discipline in my business, facilitating a direction for the business, or I'm going to actually say having discipline because I don't want us to use developing twice. So having discipline in my business, facilitating a direction for the business, or taking the time to fully develop the vision for my business. Cool. Again, all of this I'm going to edit eventually, but these are just some ideas, kind of getting it all out on paper. Okay, so I kind of did that one. Okay, I also want to announce the courses. So let's do something for the templates that kind of got the most traction. So this is when we will officially launch the templates. Um, it's template time. Ever spend hours trying to create thumbnails, um, graphics, ads, email sequences, etc. Or email sequences. I have that covered. Today we are releasing our templates, our proven templates that gives you access to already created email sequences, ads, graphics, thumbnails, scripts, and more. All you have to do is plug and play. Seriously, I don't think I could have made it any easier for you unless I made the entire thing myself. So, get it now in the classroom for only 15 bucks. And then XOXO, Michelle, P.S. This is a living course, so I will always be updating and adding more stuff to it. And it only costs the one-time fee. What templates would you specifically like to see inside? Cool. Okay. And then Saturday. Okay, so I did the templates one. I think I might do the Queen Mindset one on Sunday, but let's see. Okay, so for Saturday, we could do something like how I made my business a game I never want to stop playing. I like that one. Okay, cool. So let's say something with like ever play a game for hours, grinding in order to get more powerful so that you can beat the boss and win. Here's the thing. Let's actually get rid of that because we also want to be mindful. Like when we're making content, people really, really don't like AI content. So like saying things like here's the thing, even though it's like actually the way I talk, AI talks like that, and so I have to be mindful of that. Like I don't want to sound like AI even if it is something I would genuinely say. So this is something that's kind of like shaking up the copywriting world right now. Not that copywriters are being replaced by AI, but rather kind of the inverse of that, which is like these copywriters are fighting to try to make themselves sound human in a world where AI exists. So because they don't want to come off as like this is even though it is human generated, sometimes it could sound like AI. So that's something that a lot of people are doing, which is interesting. Just kind of avoiding phrases and things that AI tends to use. So we can say, okay, ever play a bunch of games or ever play a game for hours grinding in order to get more powerful so she can beat the boss and win. How cool would it be if you could do that, except winning means making 5K per month? Sounds pretty sweet, right? Well, I just made my business. Well, I'm going to say, well, what if you turned your business into a game so that you could do just that? Hear me out. Little 2-year-old's getting super excited with Bluey over there. Okay, so hear me out. We could say something like, something along the lines of gamification makes everything way more fun. So, what are the things that you know you should be doing, but that you know you should be doing, and would move your business forward, but you're not doing them because, well, they're boring? If I had to take a guess, it would probably be one, making content, two, doing outreach, and then three, let's see, making content, doing outreach, um, and then you could uh, having do a sales follow up. Okay, so making content. There's no real way to make content more fun, but you could do co-working. But what if you timed yourself and saw how much content you could make within a certain time frame? Or if you are on YouTube, you could try and make a goal of hitting 1 out of 10 with every new video. Don't forget to actually reward yourself when you accomplish the set out objective. Got 1 out of 10 on your video? Have a cookie. Now it's a game that's a lot more fun to do. Okay, and then doing outreach, we could say something like, one of the ways that I have made this more fun is to do it with friends. Get onto a Zoom call with others, set a timer, and see how many people can do the most outreach in the time set. Make it a competition amongst friends, or if you need to, amongst yourself. Make it a competition amongst friends. I would say make it a competition amongst friends, and then I'll say if you're not able to do that, you can also just make it a competition against yourself. Try to beat your all-time record, and every time you do, celebrate with a pizza party. Right? Well, I'll pretend like we're in third grade again. Okay, so sales follow-up. Most sales are made on the 8th follow-up, so keep trying. Most people give up because it is boring AF to keep following up with people who seem to be ghosting you or just not that interested. Thing is, or I would say, that follow up is so important though. So use a tracker, and every time you make a sale, celebrate with something fun. I like to have a celebratory sushi session, true story, to make getting sales more fun than they already are. It also makes the follow up more enticing because I know if I do it more, I'll get more sales. And then I also want to like space these out just a little bit. Okay, cool. And then we could say something like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And again, like I will actually format all of this when I do my editing, but for now, this is fine. I'm just getting my information out. And then okay, and then I'll say, which of these three do you struggle with the most, and how can you make it more fun? Okay. Okay, cool. What? Okay. Awesome. And then next Sunday. Cool. So let's go up here. So I did this one. Okay. We could do. I want to do something fun that they can just kind of engage in. So let's see. Oh, we need to do the competition points. Actually, that's getting really close. Mom, final competition. Final extra credit for mompreneur games, and we'll do plus 10 points. Um, okay, so we will do final extra credit for mompreneur games plus 10 points. Let's do, what's a competition we can have them do? Um, Post a win, no matter how small, inside the group under the wins categories. Then comment below that you posted. Um, let's do comment below that you posted. Um, every person that posts a win in the group within the next 24 hours uh, gets 10 points added to their points for the Mompreneur Games. Don't forget, winner gets lifetime access to my Mompreneur Club membership. And then let's... Oh, don't do that. Okay. And then we can do like a fire emoji. Cool. Alright, cool. So this is pretty good. I think this is pretty good. What I like about it is a lot of this is, um, I yeah, what I like about this is like a lot of it is engagement based. It's kind of really prompting people to do their own stuff. See, now that I'm looking at this, I don't like these. I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so see, like I always tend to edit this afterwards. Like I just dump all my brain thoughts onto it and then I edit it later. But I will definitely edit this tomorrow night. I tend to like to do my writing and editing after the kids have gone to bed. It's just so much easier for me as a crazy busy mom of four who's also running a business. So I will be editing this tomorrow and I'll also be uploading this tomorrow. So if you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and click the link in the description if you want to join my membership. Like I said, it's totally free. It's a free group. And we have monthly competitions, win cool prizes, compete, have fun, make new friends, and grow your business all at the same time. And like I said, it's totally free. So you've got nothing to lose. Awesome. Bye.